Did you know that International Women's Day started in 1911 and it helped women around the world speak out to get the right to vote and about equal rights? And I just wanted to mention, if you stay until the end, I am going to sing a song for you that I wrote about empowerment. I want to talk a little bit first about International Women's Day, and I want to share an empowering topic with you about reaching goals and elevating happiness and success. But I will do a song at the end about empowerment. I do also have a song that I wrote for International Women's Day. It's called the International Women's Day Anthem. If you are interested in that, feel free to reach out to me at the link at my calendar. I'll be happy to share that with you. But again, I want to talk a little bit more about this special day. And it's geared now, International Women's Day is geared towards helping empower women around the world and gain important skills. Because with greater empowerment, we can make more peace around the world. We can create greater success and happiness around the world. So, International Women's Day is really a powerful day, a great day when we can reach and collaborate and share uh, with women to make us and the world stronger and a better place. Now, when we talk about empowerment, what better way to become empowered than to talk about reaching goals? And that is the reason that I chose this topic to share with you today. Now, a lot of places talk about creating goals, but most places where you look and they talk about goals, they really talk about creating what are your goals. I'm going to go a big step further. I'm going to really be talking about reaching goals because goals are just words. If you say, I want to do this, those are just words. It really can be like a dream or a wish, unless you have a path to get there. So words may tell you what you want to do. For example, I want to lose weight. And that is really a noble aspiration. But unless you have a process to get there, saying you want to do something doesn't give you the power, the oomph to really move you where you want to go. So if you want to get from here to here, the magic is really the pathway that propels you, that directs you, that leads you to get where you want. And here's my example. If you get into your car and you want to get to somewhere, you have a destination in mind. If you have a GPS, then it helps you get there. If you have a map in your mind, it can help you get there. If you absolutely have no strategy and you just move, well, you could be going twisty-turny. Maybe you'll get there, maybe you won't. But the easiest, the most comfortable, the fastest, most efficient way of getting there is to have a direct route, a direct pathway. And so it is with goals also. So with goals, we tell people and we recommend to have specific goals. The more specific, the better. And again, I'm going to go to the similarity in your car. If you say, I want to get to 8th Street, well, 8th Street, particularly where I am in New York City, is a pretty wide street. So you have a general idea, but you don't know exactly where you're going. What if you say 8th Street between First Avenue? Well, now you're getting more specific. And what if you say, I want to get to 380 8th Avenue? So now you're real specific. You have an absolute specific destination. Bam. Now you know exactly where you want to go. And the same thing with goals. So, for example, people often say, I want to lose weight. And that's very vague. The more specific you can become, the more you can create a pathway to match exactly what your wish is, exactly what you have in mind. So, what about this? I want to lose 30 pounds in 4 months using X weight loss method. Now you know what you want to do and how you're going to do it. And what if you want to get a new job? So a lot of people say, well, I want to get a new job. Well, that's pretty vague. But what about this? Are you going to stay in your same workplace, or are you going to try to get a job somewhere else? Is that your goal? Do you want to stay in your current field, or do you want to move to a different field? It's really important to be specific for yourself. So what about this? Do you want to, how about this? I want to get a new job in a different workplace from where I'm at, working as whatever it is you do if you want to stay in your field as an accountant or teacher or chef or whatever you do, working X days a week, earning, earning X dollars. And I'd like to get this job within about 4 months. Now you know what you have in mind and you can build the pathway for that. So I'm going to give you a few steps towards reaching goals. And the first is to create a goal. And we talk about SMART goals. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and relevant, and have a time frame. I want to talk a little bit about why the time frame is important. One is that it keeps you on the path. So if you don't have a time frame and you just think I want to accomplish this, we often put it off. And if we don't have a path, it doesn't help propel us forward. Or if you have a time frame, it can help keep you on the path because you know you have this deadline when you want to reach it. If you don't have a time frame, we often procrastinate, and often we procrastinate towards infinity, forever. We say, I want to lose weight, I'll start tomorrow. And tomorrow we say, I'll start next week. And next week we say, I'll start in a month. So having a time frame really keeps us accountable towards moving forward with our goal. And it helps propel us to reach it, not to procrastinate or delay. So that's really important. I also want to address the R part in SMART goals, that a goal and a pathway has to be realistic. So many women I know, many people go to these extreme diet programs where they tell you you need to starve uh, and feel deprived in what you eat so that you can cut your calories extreme to lose weight. Or they recommend that you exercise till you are so tired that you spend hours at the gym, that you do boot camp exercises. And unless you love exercise, that is unrealistic for most people. And starving yourself to lose weight is unrealistic also because eventually you're going to be hungry. And that is the recipe for the mind to say to yourself, let's cheat. And again, I defend women who feel they fail in these programs because they were never realistic to begin with. So I tell women, ditch those programs that tell you to starve and feel deprived and exercise till you're exhausted. They're not realistic. It's not your fault if you don't succeed in them. But there are realistic ways to eat filling meals every day, to never feel starved, and to lose weight significantly fast and efficiently and without stress, without doing these fad extreme programs. If weight loss is a goal for you, I'd be happy to speak to you more about how to reach your goal and how to create a program that is realistic so that you do have these SMART goals that we talk about. So again, step one is to create your goal, to know exactly what your destination is. compared to where you're starting. And the second step is to create that specific and detailed pathway. And again, the more specific your goal is, the more it helps you to create a more specific pathway. The more detailed it is, the more it helps you move forward and reach your goal. So goals don't just show up randomly. You need to create steps to help you to get there. Now, of this model that I'm sharing with you, and there are a few steps, this, creating the pathway, is the most difficult because it's often complicated to figure out, well, I know I'm here, I know I want to get there. How am I going to get there? So if I can be of help to you in helping you create your pathway, feel free to reach out to me. There are many types of changes that people want to make in their lives, and we're not all experts in everything. And so it really makes sense to reach out for experts so that you can learn how to reach something better than if you try to figure it out yourself. Um, we often reach out to personal trainers for exercise programs, or we take a tennis class or a dance class because those are experts, or we go to an accountant for numbers to help us, or we reach out to other experts. And very often there are topics like losing weight and other significant changes in our lives where when you reach out to an expert, you can reach where you're going faster, more efficiently, and permanently. Um, so again, the second step is to figure out your pathway. Great if you can do it yourself, and great if you decide to reach out to an expert to help you. And once you reach your pathway, once you go on your pathway, the next step is to evaluate your pathway over time and to decide, are you getting where you want to go? Is that pathway working for you? And again, that's a point if you've been working on this yourself where you might want to reach out to an expert. And I tell the people who work with me on various goals that this is the stage where it's really helpful to have me, because if you find you're having trouble staying on the pathway, or if you're hitting obstacles, it's not your problem. You don't have to figure out what to do. You just let me know because I'm your expert. It's my problem, not your problem, if you're not reaching the steps, the milestones that you thought you would reach, or if you reach a plateau. That's not your problem. It's my problem. Sometimes we make a little veer, a little change in the pathway. Sometimes when we get to a certain point, we need to correct a pathway. And again, that's not your problem. That's my problem because it's my job to get you all the way to your destination. And the next step, after you know your step, your path, and you're reaching your path, and I love this, is to remember to celebrate your successes. So we sometimes forget to celebrate our successes, and that's why I put it in that I put it in as an important step, because very often as busy women, when we reach a goal, even if it's an important goal, we go to our calendar, we check it off, and then we go to the next work that we need to do, the next task. And it's really important to congratulate yourself on important steps along the way and on reaching a goal. This came to my attention once. I finished writing a book that I had been emailing back and forth with a publisher, and I came up with the final manuscript and I emailed it to them. And I went right to my calendar just to check it off and to look at what's the next thing I need to do. And I sat back and I thought, wow, I just finished a book. I don't do that every day. I should really sit back and take a deep breath and take it in that I did that. And that helped me remember as I've moved ahead through my life and as I help people in their lives, how important it is to celebrate your successes. So remember, It's important to come up with goals that can help you in your life, that can help you and your family and your community and your work and the world around you. We can make such a big difference when we become empowered. Now, I just want to share a couple of reasons why people don't reach their goals that I have noticed. One is that they don't have a pathway or a plan. So people will say, I want to lose weight, and they just think about it, they keep it in their mind, and then they say, I want to lose weight, but I'm not losing weight. And the reason is they don't have a pathway. Or the second problem is they don't have a realistic plan. Again, they're trying to lose weight with these plans that tell you to starve or to exercise like the boot camp exercises. And that's not realistic for most of us because most of us don't have time for the boot camp exercise. The people who lead those are people who love exercise and who have time for it. And if you love that and you have time for it, that's great. Then it's realistic for you. But if you don't, that doesn't mean you can't lose weight. There are many ways, many mechanisms and processes in the body that can put you on track. Often I talk to women who tell me they have arthritis or they're in a wheelchair or they have fibromyalgia or numerous other problems, and that exercise is a problem. Yes, you can exercise. You can lose weight. You don't have to do crazy fad exercise. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel that you can't lose weight. You can definitely lose weight. You can definitely reach your goals. So it's important. And again, I'm talking about the three reasons people tend not to reach goals. One is they don't have a pathway. Two is they don't have a realistic plan or the best plan for them. And third, sometimes women come to me and say they have trouble staying on track. And that is often because the process they're using is not realistic. It's not a track that they can stay on. And these programs make you feel guilty that they gave you this plan and you didn't stay on it. Why didn't you stop eating X food and live on this diet where you're only allowed to eat a limited diet? Why didn't you do that? You couldn't stay on track because it wasn't realistic. So again, I want to support you. I want you to know that you are entitled to create goals. You're entitled to find realistic pathways, not not fad ways, not extreme ways that are not realistic. Those are often the recipe for the mind to say, I need to cheat now. I need to come off of this pathway. I can't do this. Again, it's not your fault. So I want to help women around the world create noble goals, create effective, easy, comfortable pathways to get where you need to be, and to celebrate when you succeed. Those of you who know me know that I like to use music and song to inspire people. And I'm going to share a song that I wrote about empowering people to reach goals and making you feel confident and motivated to reach out for their goals and to know that you can succeed. And you can sing this along if you need to sometimes when you need a little bit more encouragement. So, I can do this. I can reach my goals. I can do this. I feel it in my soul. I can do this. I am really in. I'll create my path so I can win. I can do this. Reach where I want to be. I can do this. I'll achieve my dreams and I'll do this. Get to the finish line. I'll stay on the path and success is mine. So I wish you strength. and empowerment in reaching goals. If I can be of help to you, feel free to reach out to me to help you create goals, create a pathway to reach goals as well. I did mention in the beginning, I do also have a song, International Women's Day Anthem. If you would like that, feel free to reach out to me as well. I will make my calendar available where you see this video so that you can get in touch with me for any reason you'd like to get in touch with me. So remember these words: create goals, plan strong, reach, succeed, and celebrate.